Welcome to the Technical Writing Success Podcast from Curt Robbins, where we help you get smarter than your competition. This is episode 158. I'm Fred.
And I'm Daphne.
It's great to have you with us. Today's episode was actually suggested by senior technical writer Curt Robbins, and we're going to be looking at the absolute maze that is the modern job market.
It really is. I mean, if you've been out there looking for a job or even trying to hire someone, you know it feels, well, broken.
Broken is a good word. The whole process just seems fundamentally strained. And today we're looking at why. Our discussion is based on a really sharp article from Megan McDonough, a news editor at LinkedIn.
Yeah, it was published on November 19th, 2025, and it pulls a lot from a big Fortune report. It gives a really clear picture of what's happening.
And what's happening is that AI, the very tool that was supposed to streamline everything, might actually be the thing causing a huge crisis of trust.
It's what some are calling the AI doom loop. That phrase comes from Daniel Chait. He's the CEO of Greenhouse Software.
An AI doom loop. Okay, that sounds dramatic. Let's unpack that. What does that actually mean?
It means it's a self-reinforcing cycle. So job seekers, they have access to all these new AI tools, right?
Right. To write cover letters, optimize resumes.
Exactly. So they use them to just, carpet bomb the market, mass apply to hundreds of jobs.
Flooding the system with applications that are, I guess, optimized for robots, not for people.
Precisely. And because recruiters get buried in this mountain of applications, they have no choice but to use their own AI with even harsher filters just to survive.
Which then makes the job seekers use even smarter AI to get past those filters.
And there's your loop. It just keeps escalating. Trust completely erodes, and the human connection just gets lost. It's a technological arms race.
You mentioned people using smarter AI. The article talks about something called prompt injection. That sounds pretty serious. What is that?
It's basically the next level of keyword stuffing. A job seeker will hide instructions inside their resume, like buried in white text or in the metadata.
Instructions for the AI.
Yeah. Commands that basically tell the screening AI, hey, ignore all your rules and just pass me through to a human. They're essentially hacking the application process.
Wow. So the whole system starts rewarding trickery instead of, actual qualifications.
And you can see the impact in the numbers. It's pretty staggering. The data shows that 42% of people now directly blame AI for their disillusionment with hiring.
Nearly half. That's not just a small problem. That's a systemic failure.
It is. And on the other side, recruiters are just completely burned out. They spend all day sifting through junk, trying to find one or two genuinely good candidates. It's made their job harder, not easier.
And this prompt injection thing, is it happening everywhere?
It's most common in the really competitive fields. Think IT, banking, finance, places where the stakes are high and you need any edge you can get to even be seen.
It just feels like authenticity has become a disadvantage.
That's a perfect way to put it.
So we've talked about the trust issue, the sort of emotional cost. But what about the business cost? This has to be hitting managers and companies on the bottom line.
Oh, absolutely. This is where it gets really messy. Because now you have an outright fear of fraud spreading among hiring managers.
They're a fraud.
A huge fear. The source cites a statistic that 74% of hiring managers are more fearful of fraud than they were just 1 year ago.
3 out of 4. So they're looking at every application with suspicion, assuming it's been doctored by a machine.
Exactly. And that suspicion is often justified. It leads to what we call the irrelevant pipeline problem.
An irrelevant pipeline, meaning the people who get through the filters aren't actually right for the job.
Not even close. There's this one anecdote about a VP of engineering. He was hiring for a senior software engineer role. He interviewed 20 candidates who had all passed the AI screening.
20 interviews. That's a huge amount of time.
A massive. And you know how many were even remotely qualified for the role?
I'm afraid to ask. 5.
2. Just 2. He wasted dozens, maybe hundreds of hours on 18 interviews that were completely useless.
You can just imagine the frustration. That's why people are saying this is becoming incredibly counterproductive.
It is. The goal isn't talent acquisition anymore. It's just managing this huge, low-quality, deceptive pipeline. You get 500 applicants, and you think that's a win, but it's not. It's a new kind of administrative nightmare.
Let's take a brief break for a special message from our producer, Curt Robbins.
Hi, this is Curt Robbins. First, thanks for listening. I truly appreciate your support. I want to let you know that I'm currently accepting new clients. My rates are affordable, and I have more than 25 years of experience working for enterprise companies like Microsoft, Northrop Grumman, Oracle, PNC Bank, FedEx, USAA, and Wells Fargo, among many others. If you want to improve your IT documentation and communications, hire me. I deliver fast, know how to use AI to improve efficiency and accuracy, and love going the extra mile to satisfy my clients. Thank you for subscribing and listening. Back to you, Daphne and Fred.
Welcome back to the Technical Writing Success Podcast. We were just talking about how AI is creating this doom loop in hiring. So if that's the problem, what are the solutions? How do we fix this?
Well, the consensus seems to be about reintroducing the human element, strategically.
Okay.
A guy named Tim Elisnavich, he's head of talent acquisition at StartEngine, he puts it really well. He says hiring at its core is about personal connection. It's about shared values, personality, ambition.
I saw his quote. It was something like, would you let a computer pick your husband or wife based on a data set?
Exactly that. It's an emotional human decision, not just a data matching exercise. Now, AI isn't going away. I mean, the research shows 65% of recruiters already use it.
Right. And more are planning to invest, so you can't just get rid of it.
You can't. The key is finding the right balance. Terry Quinn made the point that the best companies will be the ones that balance efficiency with empathy. Keeping a human in the loop, being transparent.
So how does that look practically? What do companies actually do?
We're already seeing shifts. For example, candidates are starting to just give up on job ads that don't list a specific person to contact.
Oh, that's interesting. So they're actively looking for that human bridge.
Yes. They're opting out of applying into a black box. And smart companies need to see that signal. Bethany Malthrop argues that companies have to stop chasing high applicant numbers as a success metric.
Because the numbers are meaningless if the quality isn't there.
Exactly. The focus should be on finding the right partners to connect you with accurate talent, not just getting more clicks on an ad.
So it's a quality over quantity approach.
It has to be. And Gabriel Henderson adds another crucial point for employers. He says, if you're going to use AI, you have a responsibility to test it and map it out properly before you force candidates to use your broken portal.
Don't just inflict bad tech on people.
Right. Because it doesn't just annoy them, it actively destroys your reputation and your talent pool.
So if we pull this all together, it seems the big takeaway is that AI is a tool, but the way we're using it right now favors, trickery over transparency, and it's crushing trust.
I think that's it. And the solution isn't to fight AI, but to fight the flawed strategies behind how we're implementing it. It's about putting human connection back at the center.
Which leads to a really interesting final thought for everyone listening.
Yeah, so one analyst, Benno Earhart, he points out that AI is actually becoming a great tool for job seekers to find the right jobs. It helps them search better.
So it's a better tool for the applicant than for the hiring manager?
Right now, it seems to be. So if the take is better at helping people apply than it is at helping companies filter, what's the next big leap? What technology do we need to restore authenticity to this system?
That's a good question. Does AI need to become some kind of a truth verifier for resumes? It's something to think about in your own company or in your own job search. Are the tools you're using building trust, or are they just making the doom loop spin faster?
A great question to end on.
Thank you for listening to the Technical Writing Success Podcast from Curt Robbins, where we help you get smarter than your competition. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, and share. We'll see you next time.